Sivaya Nama Tiruchitrambalam. Welcome back to our discussion on Thiruppaatu. We are continuing our discussion on the 13th Thiruppadigam. Historical sequence. This is the second sequence. That is why we are discussing about this immediately after the first Thiruppadigam. Today we are going to discuss about the second verse. The second verse goes this way. Maththam yaanaiyin maruppu undhi muththam konarnthu pennai vadapaal paththar payindru yethi paravum Thuraiyoor aththaa unai vendi kolven thava neriye. This beautiful verse talks about, of course there is a pattern in this verse also. The first two lines, the first two statements are about the beauty of the river. The third one is about the entire place itself, and the fourth line talks about Nambi Aroorar's request. So you look at the first two lines. In this he says the river is so rich, it is bringing pearls. When the river is flowing in a very fearful manner, it is bringing all the tusk of an elephant. You can see how rich then it should be, because tusk is the most expensive one as of today, right? Because ivory is made out of it. So when you talk about the elephant tusk, it is being brought by this particular river, and among that it also brings in the pearls. Pearls are also coming along with the river. So it says the river is so filled with richness, and in that particular place there are devotees who are singing the praises of Lord Shiva, and they are performing their rituals, daily rituals in the temple, and that is the most important statement for our discussion today. When you talk about a devotee, what is the expectation of a devotee? Something that we are going to do good for our soul, and at the same time we are not going to harm another soul. End of the day, that is what we want, right? We need to be peaceful, we need to do good for our soul so that we can pivot to the next level, and at the same time we don't harm another soul. And that is what a devotee is going to do, and that is why he says in the third line, if you look at it, he says as a devotee they are actually praying the praises and they are singing praises of Lord Shiva in this particular place called as Thuraiyoor. And in that place, O Father, I request you to give me or initiate me in the path of the penance. So if you look at it, the request is continuing. The request is on only one thing to say: please initiate me in this path. Initiate me in the path of Saivism. Initiate me in the path towards Jnana. The reason is Sarya, Kriya, Yoga together is the pathway for us to reach Jnana, and in order to reach Jnana we need to follow the path of Thavam, and that is what today's verse is all about. This beautifully synchronizes with Thirukkural, verse number 266. If you look at this particular Thirukkural, it says a person who is in the path of Thavam means they are doing good deed for their soul, and the others are someone who is not accumulating any good karma, rather they indulge in their worldly affairs and they accumulate a lot of negative karma. That is what the verse in Thirukkural 266 talks about, which beautifully synchronizes with this particular verse, the second verse from Thiraiyoor Padigam also. I'll come back again with the next verse very soon. Until then, Sivaya Nama Tiruchitrambalam.